Good, yeah.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, well, that's everybody told. Alex is having what looks like a lovely cup of coffee. I am kind of off the coffee, but then every now and then if I'm out, I will, if I'm going to college, I'll have a Costa. If I'm having a meal, I'll have a coffee afterwards, but I don't really drink it on a daily basis. But today, it's better when I bounce. Today, I would really like a strong cafetiere full of coffee. That would be my dream. Should we phone up Catherine and see where she is?
Come on, Bill.
Now, who do we... The person whose name is written in foreign characters, I don't know who you are. Oh, here comes Catherine. And you don't... I mean, you're very, very welcome. Of course you're very welcome. But I would be intrigued to find out who you are.
Come on, Bill.
You can put it in the chat if you want, or you can... Oh, Mike, we can hear you scolding somebody. I'm assuming it's you.
He's doing a PT session.
Okay.
Oh, no.
But yes, a person whose name is characters I cannot quite recognise. I'd love to know who you are. You can message in the chat. You can email. You can come on. You can just say hello if you want. You'd be very, very welcome. Catherine.
Bonjour.
I'm just saying we have someone who is named with characters I cannot read, and I'm inviting them.
Oh, yeah.
Let me know who they are. You don't have to. You're obviously very welcome. You got the link. You're a 20-pounder, unless you're one of those Zoom hackers that we don't really get anymore. But hello. I'm just going through the names. We also got Anne. We got, we've said hello to Mike. We've got another David. We got Rosie. We got Paul. We got Gemma. I think I got everybody. Hey, Catherine, how are you doing?
These are my pajamas. That's how I'm doing. I had a lovely lie-in.
I will be going straight back to bed after this. I have decided. I didn't sleep very well, but I woke up. I woke up at 9:25, and then I got up at 10:20. I'm not really allowed to have a shower until tomorrow.
Can you not put a bag on it?
No, well,
rubber glove.
When you're so obscene. Ignore
Practical.
her, guys. Don't be body shamed by her. No, but
when you say rubber glove, you mean just one of the fingers of the rubber glove?
Fucking it. What? Sorry, no more swears. What I have to do when I have a shower is I have to wear my pants and I have to shower with my back to the shower. I'll have to take a full-on blast. Yeah. But so I've been, what do they call it?
Squaddy wash, bits and bits.
No, but I'm trying to think what they called it when I was a kid, when you'd stand in the kitchen sink. You'd stand up in the kitchen sink and mummy would wash you.
Well, I think the thing is, Catherine, I think he can't do bits. I think that's the point.
Do your pits.
Just bits, yeah.
Your back bits.
I slept very badly. There's a slight ache today. There's a slight ache sort of in the gut. So I'm like that. And also, I weighed myself today, and I've been enjoying those lovely hobnobs, and I have no regrets. I have no regrets about those hobnobs. And I am 5 stone 7 today. So boom. That's
5
stone 7. Right, what do they take out?
15 stone 7. So from today, I'm back on not eating, or certainly cutting back down, because I that is just starting to. Well, that is on the road to Rishikesh. Morning, Catherine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Willow's hovering around. Can I just do some admin? Has anyone fed this one?
Yes, she's got food down there.
Has she seen it? Could you show it?
You've got to show them the food.
Well, it's because we have to feed Willow around the corner from the kittens, because otherwise they polish off theirs quick and then go and sort hers out, and she just lets them, which is weird because she's quite fierce with them in other ways. But yeah, but you've got one like that gets pushed around a bit, haven't you?
It turns out it's George.
What?
George is the one who's rubbish at getting food, but then Big Boy. I'll message this. Catherine, you take over a second. I just want to message.
But yes. So what happened? So yesterday I started watching House of Gucci. I think it's probably going to be deliciously silly, but I fell asleep, so I'm going to watch it again. And Alistair, that show you recommended, Inventing Anna, it's led to some terrible symptoms for me.
Why?
I can't stop talking like this now when I've been watching it. Just
Brilliant.
such a ridiculous voice.
It's brilliant. But I actually looked her up on YouTube, and she's in real life. There's interviews with her, and it's exactly the same. It's brilliant.
I know. Well, I can kind of. I'm not doing any spoilers, but as the series progresses, it kind of goes into her background, and so she could be forgiven for having a slightly mixed up accent, but it is ridiculous.
There's a really good BBC podcast about it all as well.
Is there?
When I saw that had been made, I've instantly added that to the list.
But, I mean, I know, Iain, that you were saying the other day that you weren't kind of interested in much at the moment. You avoid everything, but it's so interesting as from a psychological point of view, because I have in real life worked very briefly with a narcissist and had to do an assessment. And she is just classic narcissist. And it is so that she doesn't care about anybody else, but she puts it on. It's amazing.
That word gets thrown about a lot these days, doesn't it? Narcissist.
She's a true one, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think since we had one in the White House, probably.
Wow. Yeah, do you remember those days?
Was it the Dunning-Kruger syndrome, where someone is so unintelligent they don't realise how unintelligent they are?
Oh, Jesus. I watched that Louis Theroux.
I did.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's depressing, man. It's depressing. And there's first of all, I haven't seen one of his things for a while because I got a bit bored. And I preferred it when he's doing like swingers and fun stuff. But I thought it was interesting that normally, historically, I think that's Amy in Chessington. We can hear the wonderful Chessington song. She has to put up with that the whole goddamn day. It's an annoying song. Historically, he will. Where is that music coming from? She's muted. Okay. Historically, he would kind of just do his bumbling thing and not say anything. But in this, he's kind of giving back to a certain extent. But I do wonder, why do we really want to give Beardy McBeardson or whatever his name was? Do we want to? Isn't that where it went wrong last time when John Ronson was doing documentaries about Abu Hamza and stuff? It wasn't Abu Hamza; it was another person who went on to become a terrorist. Can't think who it was. Is that not part of the problem? That's how Alex Jones became a thing. That's how. I just think. All right, it's interesting. It's depressing. This 22-year-old kid. But surely that's feeding it because now they've got an audience on BBC.
Well, also they used his visit for their own flipping quote unquote documentary, so gave them material as well. It
is interesting. The people who are advocates of free speech, primarily on the right. I don't really have many dealings with the extreme left, so I don't really know. I can't really comment about them, but I imagine it's very similar. But the people who argue about free speech and censorship are the same people that don't like things out there about them. We had one, I will not say his name, because if you say his name 3 times, he appears, who phoned up, who used to hassle me and Catherine a lot, uncomfortably so. And he phoned up the radio show once and said I should kill myself and all of this shit. And so we put it up on YouTube and named him. And he did everything he could to get that video taken down, even though it was his phone call. It was our conversation. Oh, it's Sean. Sean, it's in Korean because he uses Zoom for online classes. Hello, Sean.
Beautiful.
That's what we got. I knew it would be someone we know. Couldn't think who. And he went absolutely crazy about this video of this phone call and threatened legal action and copyright strikes and all of that. And in the end, I deleted it. I was looking for it last night because I felt like putting it back up.
Oh, it's still out there.
The call is. I don't think the video is because I'd put it back up. But he went absolutely insane. You have to take that down. We would send emails. What was the phrase he would use in completely the wrong context? Without prejudice.
Without prejudice.
Without prejudice. He'd always put that in the subject heading. And
that means to him it meant Fey Nights. Not allowed to use this, but I will use every bit of correspondence that you ever send me.
Yeah, it's anyway. I'm just saying.
We watched the Tinder Swindler last night.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but yeah, what a horrible person. Putting it mildly.
Really, I mean, they're out there. and there are quite a few of them, it would appear. Oh, that reminds me, Becky Holmes's book, she's got it on Unbound now, so she's taking bids. I don't know if you caught Becky Holmes.
I've bid. Is she good? But she needs to get the right amount, otherwise it doesn't get made.
Yeah, but
do you know? Struggling a little bit.
Do you remember the Halls of Yours book? It was the same kind of premise and it got done. I think she'll get there.
I was looking at doing a book like that, but I can't be bothered to write. I really like the idea of writing a book. I just can't be bothered.
But just in case you missed the interview, Becky Holmes was the one who has been sort of toying with online romance scammers. People posing. I mean, they go large. I mean, these people are posing as Keanu Reeves, Brad Pitt, Liam Neeson. She was in sort of a love triangle with some of them. And it's all very hilarious, but there is a dark underbelly to it, which is a multi-million-dollar, criminal business. It's incredible. So I'm hoping that book happens, because I would really genuinely like a copy of it.
Just on that, Catherine, I particularly like the one where she killed somebody and she was asking them how to dispose of the body.
Yeah, she took a pic. Did you see that one? Have a look at her. I think it's called Becky Holmes Hates Spinach.
Spinach. Yeah. Hate spinach.
And she shows this sort of DM thread of she's got a picture of a bloke face down in her kitchen with obviously like jam or something on his back. And she's writing to these people. I can't remember who. Oh, so she's done. Did Brad Pitt help her out with it? Yes.
I remember who it was.
Yeah, it was kind of, Brad, what am I going to do? This guy came to fix my dishwasher and it went wrong. He's like, help her hide the body. But then he kind of says, I can send someone around to sort it out, but you're going to have to send me, $1 million.
Good to know that it has these people available to him, isn't it?
Yes, it does. Just ridiculous.
He brought in another character as well, didn't he? He said, I've got the contact for you. This is who you need to speak to. And then that was a whole other conversation. It was amazing.
These people. But it was also before that, what have you done? Like, oh, what you daft bat, what have you done? Yeah, she's good. She's really good. So that's a book I want to read. Is
there anybody here today who has not been here before, or doesn't come very often, or doesn't get to speak to us very often, that would like to say hello or say something? I know we have a lot of kind of regulars here and it's always wonderful, but I'm just wondering if there's anybody who is an irregular, would like to say something, ask us anything. You don't have to, this is very chilled. I should have said at the start, this is very chilled. There is absolutely no pressure. So I just need to make sure no one else is.
I think we want to hear from Mike's puppies.
I was looking at Mike's puppies. Words I didn't think I was going to say today, but there it is.
Well, let's go, Mike. We're going to come to your puppies in a minute, because I just want to see, is there anyone who has not really been here before, who has not spoken very often, who would like to say anything? You can wave your hand. You can go to the reaction button and hit the raise hand button. If anyone does, there's no pressure. You don't have to. I just want to make sure that everyone feels welcome and that they've had their time. All right. No worries. If you do want to say something, if you go to the reactions button, I don't know where it is on the phone. I can never quite remember, but on the PC, and then if you just raise your hand like that, and then I can see you, and then we can make sure that you do get to have sex. So we don't want anyone going away and going, oh man, I wanted to tell them I thought they were fab, because we like it as well. Mike, let's have a look at the dogs, please.
Oh, look at that. I love dogs in coats.
Little baby. Look at you. Beautiful. And
this is a morning nightmare.
Look at that face.
That's trouble. That face spells trouble.
Like the bow tie.
Very cute.
And obviously, because he's a child, he's wearing marble.
Little baby.
He's literally got into like the teething stage now.
Oh.
Basically the terrible twos. But has a genuine fascination for cars. This is it now. He'll literally sit. Yeah, he's going to sit and watch any cars that come past now. But I'm guessing he's a bit tired because he's not actually that active.
Have you got to the stage yet where he gets so tired you have to pick him up and carry him home?
That's gone now.
Okay.
He was to the point. We thought we got past that point, but then I literally had to put him in my coat because he was too tired.
Oh.
But now he's just, I don't know. He's just very. He's more active. He bullies his sister. Come on. But yeah, he's a good one. He's good.
Mooching. Thank you, Mike. Always lovely to see what's going on in the outside world. I think I'm going to go for a walk after this because I say 15 stone 7. That's heavy for me. So I need to. I've been enjoying biscuits. I've been loving hobnobs so much. You know, they're just. And so I know exactly why I'm there. And I reckon a week of just going back, eating a bit of yogurt for breakfast and lunch, and then having a meal in the evening. That'll get me there.
Just give the hobnobs a swerve.
I love it. Well, that's it. I had my fun, and now I'm off those again. But Jesus, hobnobs are so delicious. I'm trying to think what else I watched yesterday. I watched a bit of a crap. I watched a crap film starring Frankie Muniz. Anyone know who Frankie Muniz is?
Oh, wasn't he a child star?
Dave knows. Catherine.
Malcolm in the Middle.
He was Malcolm in the Middle, and it's this film. I don't even remember what it's called. It's rubbish. He has sex with a witch, and he gets infected with I guess it's I don't know what it is, like witch syphilis or something. And it's rubbish, really. I quite enjoyed it, but it's rubbish. But here's the thing: Frankie Muniz can't act. It's great to see someone who was a big star as a kid working again. But he can't act. And I have to be honest, I always thought, I love Malcolm in the Middle. I think it's so funny. But I always thought he was kind of the weak link in that. He wasn't a great actor. And he acts like Malcolm in this. And it was hard work. So I watched that. Then I started a couple of other films. I started House of Gucci, and I just thought, do you know what? This is too long for me today. It's too long. I started. What did I start? My memory's so bad, I can't remember. And in the end, I didn't really watch it. I watched The Apprentice, and I watched Dragon's Den while I was doing my ironing. I don't know why I watched Dragon's Den. I haven't watched it for years. I guess it's like wallpaper, and you just think, God, look at those absolute winkers. They're all winkers, kind of. It's like they're toying with, those Chinese balls where you do that, right?
Yeah.
And everyone that comes in is their Chinese balls, and they're just doing that. And if they feel like it, they just go, "Good out of here, you piece of trash." So it's very unpleasant. But also, why have they got a man who looks exactly like the man who invented Ryman's? I can't remember his name. So they've got Tuka Suleiman. Looks like
Theo Paphitis.
Looks exactly like Theo Paphitis.
The scary thing is, though, Tuka's been doing it for 10 years, which I didn't realise till they showed some clips and stuff. To me, he's new.
Yeah.
But no, he's been doing it since 2010, I think.
He wasn't doing it when, God, my brain, what was the other guy's name, Catherine?
Tuka. Theo Paphitis.
He wasn't doing it when Paphitis was on, was he? That would have been insane.
No, but Theo's not done it for years. It's like, time has done something strange there.
Yeah.
Wow. I used to watch it religiously, and I haven't watched it for a while. And do you know the thing that annoys me? The thing that really annoys me, that lift isn't a lift, right? It's all on one level, right? We know that, don't we? We all know they're not in a real warehouse.
It's like the come dine with me taxi.
Yeah, they're not in your taxi doesn't take you home. There's only one taxi as well, so you have to.
Everyone just sits in it.
But
this is
the stairwell in Big Bang Theory.
Amy, sorry.
This is news to me. I didn't know the.
Look out the background. It's the same background they used to use in Crossroads, like a big painted sheet. And it took me ages to work it out. That lift goes nowhere, right?
They just face forwards, then they face backwards.
And it opens, and that's it. And it took a long time, Amy, to be sure, to be confident enough to say it in a public arena. So trust me, I did a lot of research. When they press the button, nobody moves, no one goes like that. There's nothing. It's a con.
It's the same as the stairwell in Big Bang Theory as well. There is only one lift door. Right. I just keep refreshing it.
I was surprised to find out when my dad was dying. Right, I didn't really know a lot about him, and I was really surprised to find out his favorite TV show was The Big Bang Theory. It's like, what? Let's have a look. Dragons.
Oh, hang on. Jimbo's got his hand up and has had for a while.
Okay, all right, Jimbo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's Hobnob related story.
Please.
And I apologise for not remembering who it was, but that's how my memory is at the moment.
Before you proceed, is Iain, are you going to find this triggering, or can you hear about hobnobs at this point? It's not too early.
I'm now going to Google what the Dragon's Den studio looks like.
I mean,
proceed.
Potentially, this might put him off forever. So somebody decided, it's somebody in the community, because it was I think it was in our Discord, decided to work out how many hobnobs it would take to drink a cup of tea without drinking.
That was Bodell, wasn't it?
Was it?
Guilty.
Which is an incredible feat. And what was the results?
It was proper science. It was 15 hobnobs.
Is that all?
I lost one.
It's really 14.
Well,
so what were you doing? Dunking and removing rather than dunking and placing?
Yeah, dunking and holding them in for as long as possible to get the most absorption, and then eating it.
Oh.
But 15, and I think you can count the 15th one because although it fell into the cup, it still absorbed some of the liquid, and then you just fished it out at the end with a teaspoon. Bit gross, but 15. Yeah.
Thanks for your sacrifice in the name of science, Paul.
Absolutely
Appreciated.
Wow. Thanks, Jim, for remembering that.
It really made a mark on me. I wanted to do a series. Can you do a whole series?
Yeah. Gary Gatford had suggested perhaps trying it with shortbread. He said they would have like a greater density, but I tried it with a couple of sticks of shortbread after that. But shortbread is, well, everyone's familiar with it, but it's very, very hard, and it actually doesn't absorb as much as you think it would.
I don't think it's got the suction of a hobnob.
No. Hobnob's hard to beat. Ginger nuts are pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah, but a hobnob
you've seen the Ig Nobel prizes, which are prizes awarded for real science that's done, but for stupid things. Like there was a scientific experiment to levitate a frog using electric fields, and there's been other studies about which testicle statistically hangs lower. They're all proper scientific studies, but they're just weird ones.
Let's do it. Hands up if your left one hangs lower. Hands up if it's your right one. Hands up if they're equal. Gemma's got her hand up for the right one. Hands up if it's equal. So okay, obviously some of you think it's classified information. All right, I appreciate that. Gemma has got her hand up. Hello, Gemma. Unless you really were going for the testicle. I'm trying to find out. Gemma, you come in.
Hope Gemma's all right and hasn't just fallen on the keyboard.
Gemma.
No, sorry. It is my right one.
Okay, thank you very much indeed.
Can hear that actually in the voice.
I'm trying
just on the back of the Ig Nobel prizes, something that's relevant. One of the biology prize last year won, and it was a comparative acoustic analysis of purring in 4 cats.
Oh,
what is? Sorry,
that's one of the winners last year for the Ig Nobel prizes.
Okay.
The study of both. This is a bit sad, really.
I am trying to get facts and data about where Dragon's Den is filmed. Apparently, it used to be in a real warehouse. Then they've moved to Manchester, but now they don't really reveal much. Since 2018, the BBC has filmed Dragon's Den at the old Granada Studios, but it does not. What I'm really looking for is a breakdown of the studio where you can see all the cameras are set up, and
they can't reveal too much because there's all that cash there, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's all that cash piled up, so they can't reveal too much. Someone will be in there and nicking it.
Here we go. As mentioned in 2018, the filming of Dragon's Den moved to Granada Studio. The original set was a furniture depository in Stoke Newington, but the production left after the first series due to ongoing building work. It won't give you a picture. It won't give you.
Is that when they were removing the lift?
Yeah, this is annoying.
I think Dave, you've got a point, and they do leave that cash line around. I've seen it.
Hang on a minute. I've missed a whole host of. It's got all these different dragons, right? I've missed so many. I've missed.
I've forgotten about Hilary Devey.
Hilary Devey. I've missed Tej Lavani.
Oh, Tej.
Sarah Willingham, and I've missed Jenny Campbell.
Hilary Devey was hilarious. So she had a logistics company, and she once said to somebody, when I think she was competing against Peter Jones, she said, "He can get you in the shops, but can he get you to the shops?"
She reminded me of Cruella de Vil a little bit. Maybe it was the name, I'm not sure.
My favourite one was the woman who owned Red Letter Days. You know, where you could book like a hot air balloon, or you booked experiences. She went bust, and I think Peter Jones bought her out.
Oh man,
so that's kind of the ultimate.
She's done a special where she went pledging to the dragons for help.
There have been 19 series of The Dragon's Den. 19 series. That is insane, man. Evan Davis has hosted them all. It's based upon a Japanese...
He's not looked at the camera once.
No. Twinkle tits. Both of his nipples are pierced. And sometimes you can see it. Sometimes you can see it.
Yeah, you can. That's what I do.
So with Duncan Bannatyne, Duncan Bannatyne did 12 seasons. Peter Jones has always been there. Deborah Meadham has been there since series 3. They're the longest serving ones. All the others have only done a little bit. Tuka's been there. Tuka's been there since series 13. Well, there you go. Those are your Dragon Den stats. Thanks for joining us.
That's your
today.
update.
We'll see you.
I encourage everybody to look up Duncan on the exercise chair after the call. It's the funniest thing ever. It's hilarious.
Duncan Bannatyne.
You know Duncan Bannatyne, we got on so well once that he invited me and my partner to use his villa in wherever it was, let's say Spain, and I never took him up on that offer. That's insane. That's insane. I should
give him a bell now. You could do with a holiday, couldn't you?
I don't know if I've still got his number. I did text him when I was.
He responds to everyone on Twitter. Just do that.
does
I love him doing customer service on Twitter when people start tweeting him about the gyms, and he just replies. Great. You'd think he'd have better stuff to do.
No, he's got nothing but time.
I
He's
haven't
sitting
got
by the
his
pool.
number. His number got lost in the great hot tub debacle of last year. But I never took him up on that offer.
I'm very annoyed with Jason Manford this morning. I don't know if anyone else watched Starstruck last night.
I'm always annoyed with Jason Manford.
Starstruck last night. They had a share. They had 3 Cher impersonators, one of whom was a fella and brilliant. And I was all up for it, and I very much enjoyed it, and I endorsed their message. And then he said, and when you do a 3-woman show, you can have Share and Share Alike is the title there. I'm giving you that for nothing. I was like, you can't give him that. That's mine. How dare you?
That show, I watched it after I saw the Twitter conversation.
Did you enjoy it?
It's amazingly, it's like a piss take of its own show, that show.
Yes, it is.
It's like so produced down to the last inch.
Yeah.
It's dreadful, but good.
I really enjoyed it. And although they've peaked for me with Cher, I will be watching again next week. And I might well have a look on Catch Up because they did it last week as well. It's the second one, wasn't it, yesterday? But yeah, what an absolute beauty. But what a huge liberty from Manford. I will be having words with him.
Sorry, I'm still looking for Dragon's Den.
Via Gregorian, who's now my lawyer.
I'm looking for Dragon's Den, and then I see Sean Keaveney gets a write-up in Miranda Sawyer's column. That's great. That's great for him. Good. I'm really pleased.
This was the main thrust I wanted to share this morning.
Here we go.
Everyone, watch out.
So, inspired by the Friday show,
yeah,
I downloaded a karaoke app and did a song. And when I played it back, I think that's the first time I've heard my voice played back.
How did that make you feel as a person?
So I just want to say, Iain, but especially Catherine, why did you encourage me so much?
Because it was you. I mean, if Johnny Cash listened to his voice back, he might, I don't know whether he thought he was different, but it was characterful. And what I'm saying, Alistair, is that you are our Johnny Cash.
Well, I've got a long way to go, but
you're actually a better singer than him.
I said to myself, I'm going to stop singing because that is dreadful.
No, don't stop singing.
The only funny thing is, I nearly uploaded it. I put an effect on. I put the aviator sunglasses on, right? So, as you know, my picture is really dark normally. It was just me singing with these aviator sunglasses. And it was really funny. I nearly sent it. I thought, no, I'm going to delete this.
No one else cares. Whack it up.
Well, I'll have to do another one now because that was deleted.
I remember the other thing I started watching last night. I've always wanted to see the motion picture 1984. Never saw it. I thought, I fancy that. And I never got round to it. And I thought, I was in front of the telly at 9 o'clock. I was bored. Thought, I'm either going to go to bed or I'm going to do something. The app is Smule, Ross. Smule, Smule. It's bloody horrible. That guitar guy deleted the video of me singing Lola with him. How dare he? I mean,
is that because you called him a C at the end of it?
I don't think that recorded.
That might
the guitar play was shy though, wasn't it?
It was awful. So I started watching 1984 with John Hurt, Burton. God, it's a bit miserable, isn't it? It's a little bit.
How did you think it was going to go?
It was very grey. It's all about this. Everyone's being watched. There's rations.
Dystopian, yeah. They're often quite depressing.
Who is the third billed person? It's not the female actress.
Vera Fisher.
Well done. Who said that? Who called it? Ross. Was that you? Yeah, it's Rabsy Nesbitt's in it. As Rabsy Nesbitt. No. I thought he was really good. It's a sequel. I thought he was 1985. I thought he was really good. But yeah, it was a little bit more dour than I expected. So I stopped it.
It's hard work.
It's
like the book.
It's so miserable. I've never read the book. Or maybe I have read the book. I don't think I have. I read Animal Farm. I tell you what I want to read again. And I can't remember the guy that wrote it. Brave New World. Huxley. Brave New World. That's a good book. If you want like bleak dystopian.
Yeah, that's brilliant. But then you read about him.
I'm separating the art from the artist. Jim, Bo. You know who I still listen to musically. So I got no problems with reading the book.
Yeah.
And so my favorite dystopian future novels are Brave New World and Fahrenheit 451. Is that what it is? Is it 451? Ray Bradbury. That's a good book. That's a good film as well. Very good film.
The first film, not the remake.
Oh, I was unaware of the remake. The first one's like a proper old 60s style bleak movie, I would suggest. Catherine, what did you do last? You were watching.
Happy Sunday. I was ranting at Jason Manford, and I had the foot spa out. I'm deciding that I'm going to try and chase a little bit of joy these days. So, because it's all been a bit 1984 around here. So today, me and the kids are going to the Cat Cafe in Bedford.
Oh, mate!
Is there a Cat Cafe in Bedford?
Yes. So we drove past it on the way back from an appointment last week before, and the youngest spotted it on the way back. She went, look, there's a cat cafe. I went, there's a what now? Google that. And of course, it was all booked up for this week. So today was the earliest we could get in. And they've got like about 6 or 7 cats. Among them, a Dave, a Steve, Olive, Kitty Donuts. There's one with 3 legs. There's one with 1 eye. And we're looking forward to going. Although the more I think about the reality of sitting there because I've got 3 cats myself, it does seem a bit silly, but I can't get this image out of my head. I'm going to be like...
You cannot see this, right?
Yeah. This is the Cat Cafe. This is... Oh, look.
I think they do yoga there as well. A friend of mine went in the week.
Did she like it?
She had an afternoon tea and a yoga. And yeah, lovely.
The cats do yoga?
I think they'll sit on your back.
And do that.
Rather than downward dog.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Willow always, I have to get an extra mat out for her because she likes the cat mat, the yoga mat. And if I don't know, I'm kind of yogaing over the top of her. But
Olive,
yeah, look,
that's made by the same people that made Spit the Dog, surely.
Olive looks wicked, doesn't she? I love Olive.
There's a cat cafe I've been to a couple of times in Shoreditch called Lady Dina's, and they've got yeah, they've got some lovely cats, and I've been for afternoon tea there, and it's lovely.
How likely am I, Lynn, to get a hairy sandwich? Because that is what I'm starting to dread.
No, not at all. Not at all. No. No, they like you to sort of leave the cats alone and let them to come to you, obviously.
Right.
If you know cats, then. But yeah, it's nice because they're obviously just wandering around doing their thing because it's their home.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Colin's got a moustache.
Colin's wicked.
Is it dog friendly? Can we take Basil?
Utangi's a three-legged cat.
Oh, you are soaking wet. Goodbye. Sorry, that was mucky. Don't come to me when you're soaking wet. You know the rules of the house.
And apparently there's a new one with one eye. A kitten.
Okay,
but
that one's not up here yet. House rules.
there will be photos. There will be photos.
Regularly use the hand sanitizer. We do not allow kids under 6. Bring proof of age for children, or they may not be permitted.
Sarah's fuming, Catherine.
Oh,
well, how old are you going to be then? It's the end of half term. She can't now go.
Oh, she got a weekend.
Do not move cats off the chairs. Let us do that for you. The cat equipment is for cats only.
Damn it! I was looking forward to a good scratcher.
Don't be getting in. They've got one in Shoreditch. They've got one of those wheels, and the cats get in the wheel and walk in the wheel, and it goes round. So yeah, don't be tempted if they've got one.
A hamster wheel for cats.
Yeah, you can get massive ones.
Well, you know it's a waste of money for our cats because the lovely cat bed that I bought for Pax when she was in prison. That's going in. That's going to go in the bin. Do not wake a sleeping cat. You may very gently stroke them, but if they seem unhappy about being disturbed, please leave them alone. Leave the cats to roam and come to you. Feel free to call them over, but do not chase them or pull them down from their cat equipment.
Can you imagine?
There was another one though about let them come to you. It's like, anyway, I don't know. It looks wicked. I'm deeply envious. I'm going to take the boys at some point, but our weekends are fully booked up.
Yeah,
I think I've got them this coming weekend, but I don't think we have anything planned.
And Ian, could you not just make some tea and have cake in your kitchen and get the
just shut the doors?
You're only one cat short, aren't you?
This is it. This is it. You know, it's pointless me going and spending all that money.
There's something else you can add to the shop.
That's some money.
Afternoon tea with Ian and the cats.
Part of the kick
was that, sorry?
24-hour show. Come
Bedford.
for an hour in the cat cafe.
Come for an hour in the cat cafe. It is. My cats are horrible. I'm going off my cats. They're all a pain in the ass. Who's that? Hello? Who's there? Hello? Hello? Oh, it's you again. You're wet. No, I wasn't calling you. Goodbye. Goodbye.
That's one of the kids there.
Yes. Very short.
No, next weekend I got the boys and we're doing nothing. The weekend after, I've got a busy weekend. It's Christmas present weekend. So we've got an alpaca experience at the goat center. I flipping love the goat center. We go there all the time. So the boys get like an hour hanging out with alpacas and feeding them and brushing them and walking them. And then we got Billionaire Boy in the evening. We've got Danny Baker soon, Catherine.
Oh,
go and see Danny Baker. I can't. I think might be the Monday after. Where have I put it?
I need to put that in my diary because my
Monday 7th of March. Danny Baker.
Right.
So we'll go and have.
That'll be fun.
Actual fun. It will be fun. It will be fun.
I've got my dad's birthday present that I booked in 2020 and obviously didn't happen coming up soon.
Oh, yeah.
And I now can't really work out what I was thinking when I decided to book it. So it's Some Mothers Do Have Them in the Gordon Craig in Stevenage, performed by Joe Pasquale.
He'll be great.
Because that will be wicked. And one of the phone numbers I lost in the great hot tub debacle was Pasquale's, and I would text Joe Pasquale, and it was insane. That would be brilliant, Dave.
It's just one of those thinking, that seemed like a really good idea. 2 years later, I'm going, okay.
He's brilliant. We saw him in pantomime.
Yeah.
He's funny, man. He's so funny. I think he's one of the greats.
He's also really, in real life, a very kind, thoughtful person.
Yeah.
He did I'm a Celeb one year, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Can't remember how I ended up getting his. Oh, I got his number because we were on GMB together and we swapped numbers. I've lost it now. So I can't harass him about getting me a part in pantomime. He kept saying he was going to help me get a part in pantomime, but.
Well, I can ask him if you want.
Yeah, do. Please do. Please do. Say Ian wants your number again because he wants you to help him get a part in a pantomime.
Yeah, that all happened just before the first lockdown, didn't it?
Yeah, and we were sat in front of Nadia from
Bake Off,
from Bake Off, who had promised when I was in the jungle to make me a cake. Never happened. I got in touch with her and said, "Do you want to meet up for coffee?" Yeah, sure, we'll do it.
And you said, "Bring the cake."
Never happened.
Just send the cake.
Coffee never happened. Cake never happened. Alistair said the app that he used for karaoke was called Sing Unlimited.
That's right. Yeah.
Better selection of free stuff. Did they? If he, I'm really annoyed that guy took down me singing with him. Yes, I was vulgar about him. I was vulgar.
I suspect you're not the only one.
But he was absolutely rubbish. Hey, these girls look like...
There is a copy of it, though, isn't there, on the Discord? So you could just re-upload it.
No, I could do. I want him to acknowledge
that he ruined it.
Yeah, man, definitely. There we go. See, these two look very enthusiastic. They're on the front page, so I'm assuming they're going to be great.
Close to you.
Oh, they're annoying.
Oh, no, they're good.
No, they were annoying. They're showing off.
Ooh, yeah.
I want to be the face of Smool.
One day.
I want to be the face of Smool and Nourishment, the drink, right? And me and Sean from the Computer Game Show were obsessed with Nourishment. Me and Mackenzie used to drink it years ago when we were both really thin to put on weight. We should have just stopped doing drugs. But Nourishment is I'm obsessed with, and I keep their social media is awful, and I keep messaging them saying, "I will do your social media, Nourishment, and I will make you big stars." And they delete my posts. They delete my posts.
I guess that's a no then.
Yeah.
Or maybe just keep trying.
Yeah, it's Small is nuts, right? Let's just hang on. Let's just find a song that we will all recognize. Oh, Smooth. There we go. Smooth. You know that song?
Yeah.
With how does it go? With Carlos Santana on guitar.
I think that's what that guy was going for, but he just wrecked Lola.
Let's see. Okay. Well, this guy. This is really.
That's actual Rob Thomas.
He's the guy that sang it.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, he's got a terrible echo.
No, that's not him singing. That's not him singing. That's weird. But people, it must be because everyone's duetting with him. This guy's playing it on guitar.
Oh God.
Yeah, you got that singing.
Guitarist is back and all.
Jesus Christ, that's something else, isn't it?
See, do you know what I mean, Alistair? Get your song up there. They don't care. They're making everyone have it. Why not you?
What has everyone got planned for the day? My day is I kind of want to go back to bed. I'm going to go for a walk later. It's nice and wet. I think my testicles will hold up for a walk. I've been absolutely fine. I know you don't really want to know, but I'm going to tell you. Since my vasectomy on Friday, I've been fine. There's a little bit of a dull ache sort of in my lower gut, but it's nothing, man. It's fine. It's David Turner's, when I was telling him about it, he said, "I've been absolutely stitched up, haven't I?" I said, "Yeah, I think you have, man. I think you have. It's you've been very lucky." So my day is I'm not going to go back to bed.
And did you go with the chiffon posing pouch?
No, I didn't. But I did say to him, I said I was going to wear a jockstrap. We were having such a laugh. I'm such a great patient. I really am great. And we talked a lot. And I said I was going to wear.
Did you tell him about the part where you got recognised?
I said I was going to wear a jockstrap. And he said, "Oh, we see all kinds of stuff here." We had an accent. We had one. Let me do it. He sounded like
Uri Geller.
I'm Uri Geller. We had one person who came and they were wearing pink ladies' panties for a laugh. And it was very funny. And then he said, "You should do a radio show with that guy." What? I don't think he was wearing it for a laugh. It was either for kicks or he forgot. But yeah, for those who missed it on Friday, the story was halfway through it when I'm wearing a mask, pants around my knees, and that blue kind of tissue, toilet roll over my lap with my Franken beans poking through, and he's having a right old root around. And Nurse Nikki, who stood there, she goes, "Have you ever been on TV?" And I just started laughing. I said, "Oh my God, this is the weirdest one of these I've ever had. The weirdest one before was getting recognised at a urinal." And I said,
"Why is it always with your penis out?"
And I said,
"Depends where they've seen him from, I guess."
Exactly.
See, it's not the face they recognise.
Only
I said, "This is going to be weird," but I was in the jungle. She went, "Oh, did you steal some strawberries?" I went, "Yeah, I'm the strawberry guy," just as he was playing with my strawberries. And we ended up talking for 5 minutes about the flipping jungle while a man is manhandling me. It was very, very strange, very strange. But I got a cup of tea afterwards out of it, so that's not so bad. Another little celebrity perk. As the years go on, the perks and freebies I get from being in the jungle kind of go down and down.
I think you have to do for a cup of tea are getting more extreme now.
I got a cup of tea after a vasectomy. It feels fine. I'm not going to watch. There's nothing on TV. Was trying. I think I started saying.
Has anyone watched Chloe yet?
I hear that's great, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, we saved the last episode for last night. We watched that and the Tinder Swindler last night, and they're both excellent.
I started the Tinder Swindler, couldn't get into it. I think I'm just in a phase where nothing is entertaining for me. I'm just not. I'm meant to be doing something else, but I had my tarot read yesterday. I went to a meditation thing, and it was me and two other women in this room doing guided meditation. I loved it. I loved it. It was great. But then the lady did a tarot reading, right? And here's the thing. She didn't ask me what the question. She said, "Just think of the question. I'm going to read the tarot." And I had two questions in my head. The first one was, am I ever going to get a job in radio again? And my second one was, am I going to qualify in August? Right? And she said, "Okay." She said, "Oh, I'm getting two kind of messages here." I went, "Oh, okay." And the first one was, you've been stabbed in the back, and you need to let that go because that is over. That is finished, right? And the second one was, what did she say for the second one? I see great success. If you push really hard, you can achieve it. Now, okay, all right.
Is she a fan of the show?
No, here's the thing, right? If I never get a job on radio and you cannot be monitored ever again, so that will have to wait until I'm dying, and then I go, "I told you so." If I qualify by August, you all have to believe in the tarot. And then she found another card on the floor, and she went, "Oh," and this was after. She went, "Oh, I see things opening up for you, and I see travel. So this is what I'm taking from this. I will never work in radio again. I will qualify by August, and I will be going to Japan this year. And if these things don't happen, you will conveniently forget them." If
you didn't say how far the travel was, though, right?
If these things happen,
you go to Sheffield in July.
Shut up. If these things happen, everyone who is here you have no choice in it. You have to believe in tarot
cards. Visionary Soup and her daughter Faith do that as well. They do tarot readings. Faith's got a Twitch channel. She occasionally does readings on.
Well, why are they not on the show doing Twitch readings for us on a Friday night?
Get them on. The Faith was really good. I mean, she's learning. Her mum's guiding her, but my two were bang on. So
Visionary and Faith. I'm putting it in the Discord. Will you come on our show on Wednesday and do the old tarot? The old tarot. I love it when people pronounce it tarot.
Can it be done like over? Can it be done virtually? So.
There's those people. What, you want to read the tarot or be tarot?
Be tarot, yeah.
There are those people that do it on the phone lines, the expensive phone lines. In fact, I don't know if anyone's listened to the Clinton Baptiste podcast, but he outs those people. You heard it, Alistair?
That's rich, isn't it?
He outs those people. Alistair's having a little chuckle. Look, you enjoyed it. It's a good podcast. I don't believe in anything.
Well, it's just knowing it's Clinton, I mean, what's involved there?
Basically, it's him phoning up. The last one was him phoning up, and the guy got something wrong, and they ended up just threatening each other. Oh, I see you getting a punch in the face. Well, I see you getting a kick in the ghoulies. Oh, I see you getting a hammer shoved up your arsehole.
Never going to listen to that.
It's funny. It's funny, but it's annoying. All right. So tarot on Wednesday. By the way, we're really enjoying having more guests. If we do the 24-hour stream, we're going to get some big names. We're going to get Mackenzie, is what I'm saying, because he's the only famous person I have access to. But if we do the 24-hour show, we'll try and get some big names. But we're kind of looking for guests. We've got Andrea and Emily. Is it Catherine?
Yeah.
What's the name of their film?
Hot Mess Comedy Hour.
It's filthy. We were on it. It was filthy, but it's hilarious. They're coming on Friday. So I'm here's what I'd like: kind of creative, cool people for the late night alternative, and I'd like spooky weirdos for Radio Anywhere. I really loved having Dick the other night, and Dick last night. I really enjoyed him. I thought he was lovely, and we've been messaging each other a little bit. I think he's a nice guy. I really enjoyed the Flat Earther. So if you think of any weirdo, if you think of any kind of spooky idiots for Radio Anywhere, let me know. Don't message them. Let me know. radioanywhere.live. And also, if you think of any kind of cool creative people that we can get, don't message us and say, I think you should get Stephen Stills from Crosby, Stills and Nash, or why don't you get you get I don't know, Steve Martin on, or anyone called Steve.
Could you get Buckley? James Buckley.
Buckley's been on, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been bloody ages. Do some repeats.
He's on. Well, I'd like to save some of those, because if we do the 24-hour show, we can do it.
Well, that's what I was on about for the 24-hour, because
right.
You said big names.
What we would do for the 24-hour, I mean, we're going to try and we've got a target in mind. Catherine, have you looked at the tiers that I've created?
I had a quick look, yeah.
Okay. Could you have a proper look?
Yes.
And tinker and add, because it's very rough. I don't know if we'll get the money. It's a real punt. It's a punt. Keith and the girl raised $26,000. We don't want anything like that.
They've had a few years at it, and
yeah,
I don't know how it went the first year. You know what I mean?
And they
Jelly
also
bean.
do a Patreon style thing. So we don't know if it would take off, but we're gonna put it out there to see. And if it does, that's great. And if it doesn't, well, that's great. We investigate.
Who's going to be in charge of health and safety during that 24-hour period, please?
It's going to be you, Alistair. Did we not mention it?
Well, because you need proper rest and breaks.
Yeah.
I really hope we could find that guy. Do you remember early on in the Twitch days where a guy just randomly phoned up saying he was a health and safety inspector and was like coming in your candles?
What was he? He was angry with us, wasn't he? Oh, he wasn't. No, who was the guy that was? I'm thinking of the tourist guy.
Oh God, yeah, the guy who was he in Malaysia or somewhere?
It was India. He was from India. The tourist guy, and he was angry with us.
Yeah, it was like competitive tourism. I don't know why he made it sound so horrible.
The other one I think about a lot is the woman who was trying to dial her friend Tina on Skype. She was in the supermarket and obviously just put in TNA and just randomly managed to get you on Skype. Like, can we get her back?
Yeah.
I miss. We did get some randoms early on Twitch when we were working with Twitch and we'd be on the front page. I missed that. My dream is that Radio Anywhere becomes big enough that we get some randos. I don't. Can I just say?
Have you got hype trains turned off?
Yeah.
Well, so when you get on the Discover page when you get a hype train, because I've had randoms come in when I've had a level 1-2 hype train, and you get because your Twitch shows are so infrequent, you get a boatload of subscriptions all in one go. You'd have a level 5 every time. You'd be on the front page.
Okay.
Growling.
Here we go. Right.
Another thing I was going to say, just on Alistair's point, you because there's two of you. I mean, I when I did my 12-hour, I couldn't do it, but you can alternate. One of the later hours could be Iain doing a whole hour of songs.
Jimbo, if we do this, we are in together. Catherine will sit next to me while I do the songs. Okay, she will be next to me because the songs will be.
I'll have my eyes painted onto my eyelids like this.
She is my
opportunity for rest. I thought, you know.
I'm going to get some of those comedy glasses with the big eyes on.
And perhaps Catherine's hour could be she plays a first-person shooter. Where you got
Listen, I'll take you all on a puzzle bobble, but shooters are not my thing. Unless the competition is who can walk into a wall. Repeatedly. Look it up. It's kind of how I act in real life, so I don't know why I'm surprised.
Can I ask? I keep going back to this, right? Are we charging too much for Patreon? If we went down a little bit, I do sometimes think. I do wonder about this. If we went down, I mean, I'm looking at Keaveney's thing. I think we're still giving more than he is by quite a way. But I do wonder if we went down. I mean, this is.
I think the 666 is pitched perfectly.
Yeah.
Do you think? Because I always
quality versus quantity curve, isn't it?
I always think about I forget about the VAT that's added on, and.
I mean, I don't think so. I think that you compared with a lot of the others, I think it's very good quality value. But remember, it's a really bad year this year for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, no, and I'm not saying. Oh my
no,
God,
I mean, yeah,
the numbers. But I just wonder, you know, and the numbers are what the numbers are. But I wonder if we went down a little bit on all of them.
Maybe worth a try.
Kind of asking the wrong people though. With
exactly the ones that don't mind paying it.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, you can't. I don't think you can go. You can decrease a tier. You have to create a new tier. I wonder.
You just need to be careful. There could be a bit of sort of cannibalism. Then you sort of bring everything down, and if you end up with the same numbers, just
then you lose a bit.
Shafted all your own revenue, and then you have to put it back up, which could cause problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? Oh, it was in The Apprentice where they made a deal for the pods this week, and they came away. The guy went, "You charge them like £5,000 too little. You blew it." And so they have to go back to the deal and say, "Really sorry, we gave you the wrong figures. Can we increase the price?"
It was 40 grand, wasn't it? It was 320 instead of 360. Crazy.
It was all right. And fair play. The other people went, "Oh, we'll go up a little bit." But I'm loving I tell you what I'm loving about The Apprentice this year is I think it's a really strong year. But also my eldest, Alex, loves it. So I phone up and we chat. We were laughing at, is it Ashkay, I think his name is?
Party.
The party guy. Party. So me and Alex just go, "Because you fancy a party?" And we laughed when they spelled Arctic wrong.
The Arctic.
They spelled the Arctic. Oh my God, we were in hysterics at that. We are looking at we've got an idea for a podcast. We want to do, because I used to do the Lost podcast and it started off, no, maybe it was official. Maybe it always was official. It started off with Channel 4. But we want to do a podcast about a TV show. Now, the obvious one, and the one we think we're going to do, is I'm a Celebrity. When I'm a Celebrity starts, we will do it like Iain Lee's I'm a Celebrity thing. And we will host it. Kath will produce it. And we'd get like a guest on. And you'd do it every night. And, you'd kind of do it. It would go up the next day. And we'd have a guest, like we get Jenny or Shappy. Or I'm sure we could get some from other years. We'd get Annabelle on, Annabelle Giles. So we're going to do that. I think that could be a really popular thing because these podcasts. Because I saw Jeff Lloyd doing one around Succession, and it's unofficial and it's done really, really well. So I think we could do that. But
the Taskmaster one's done really well. So they kind of it goes on in parallel with the show's on, but then when it's like off season, they're going back and watching and talking about previous years.
Right.
That's huge.
Well, I mean, we could do that. I don't particularly want to do it now because it would be too much work. But we could do that like a month before I'm a Celebrity starts, and we do it and we set it up so we start to get an audience to the feed already. We do it on a different feed, different thing. But I would kind of like to do one. I mean, it's time, isn't it? I'd kind of like to do one before, but I don't like TV at the moment. And is the Dave one unofficial, Dave? Is it? It's about the Taskmaster.
It's Channel 4 backed. It's Ed Gamble and yeah.
Oh, okay. It's on Channel 4 now, isn't it? It's not on Dave anymore.
I had an idea, Ian, for your 24-hour show.
Yes, mate.
This morning when I was on the loo.
Extra level of detail. I'm not sure we needed, but it's nice.
Kazi Cam.
Well, based on the fact you've been watching Celebrity Squares, why don't you have 9 participants in Zoom and kind of do a sort of thing like that where somebody is the question master, allocates.
It's not a bad idea.
A saying of someone famous for each person, and then you have a contestant and
not a
you
bad
present
idea.
the shows.
We do blankety blank as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lino sent me something the other day. He said, "Here you go." Who's that? Right, hang on a minute. Let me see if I can find it. He said, "There you go. Have some of this." And all I watched was the first 10 seconds of the titles, and I went, "Yeah, okay, we're doing this." Where did he send it? He must have been. Oh, here we go. No, he emailed it. Hold the line, please, caller. Let's show a little look. Lino. Here, have some of that. Okay, right. So let me just. Hang on. So don't play. Please don't play. Right, share screen. This looks absolutely wicked. Right. So you can see YouTube, right? Here we go.
It's men versus women in a battle of the sexes. Women or men, which is the better sex?
And that's all we're gonna. Doesn't that look incredible? It's the same set as remember when we watched Bruce Forsyth's American quiz show.
Yes,
it's the same set. And Catherine, we will be recreating those montages at the top.
Yes, okay, we can do that.
So yeah, that looks wicked. We'll have some of that. Yeah, it looks a tier for just one show a week, or is that logistically not possible? Could then stop the excuses for leaving because too much content. Yeah, it is. It's all possible. I always forget. I wish I'd priced it cheaper when we started. I wish I'd priced it cheaper, like a £5 or $5.50, because I always forget the VAT, and the VAT makes that number look a whole lot bigger than the $6.66. I don't know.
Can you apply discount codes or anything? Is that not a possibility?
Can't do it with Patreon.
No.
Shush, go away. Better sex. Can you change the price of a tier in Patreon? You currently cannot change the price of a tier while patrons are joined to that tier. You can. I just see. You know, I've got Keaveney in my head, right? I've got Keaveney in my head. And he's got it. I mean, he's got 2,500 subs at £4. You do the maths. And I don't think we'd increase it. I don't know. Maybe I don't think we'd increase our subs, but maybe we'd keep people for longer, I guess is what I'm thinking. I don't know. It's an idea. It's something to consider. Christ, look at the time. 4 minutes past 11. I enjoyed these so much. Thank you, everyone who comes to these. Does anybody, before we go, and by the way, Colin, I love that T-shirt. That's the best colouring of that T-shirt I've seen. I like that.
Very cool.
Beautiful. Yes, man, work it. Yeah, baby, come on. When I was getting my vasectomy, I had to lie like
that. Casual.
Sex casual. Does anybody have anything you want? Colin, you've frozen. I don't know if you're still there, but you're frozen. But what position to freeze in? Does anybody have any questions? Anything you want to say before we disappear into the wilderness? Freddie, where have you gone?
There we go. I've got a bone to pick with you.
Okay, here we go. Love a good bone.
Monday, you said Rona is finished. You right at the end of your program, you said that's it. Rona's finished.
Yeah.
I'm suffering so badly.
It's
never been so ill.
It's not Corona. It's not Corona. It's finished. It's over. You just have a man up. Man up.
I knew-
Oh, I'm really sorry. How long have you had it for?
Well, I started the symptoms last Sunday,
Right.
and I'm still feeling rough today, and I tested positive again today. So
Jesus, I'm so
it's
sorry.
going on, isn't it? So I thought
it's
it's your fault.
It is my fault. You're absolutely right. I'm patient zero. It's such a crappy disease, man. You know, I'm so lucky I had one night of thinking I was actually dying. And then the second night was rough. And then after that, I was just tired. Catherine, you still got the Omicron confusion.
I think I had it before.
No, you're different. You're different from you are different and more forgetful than you were before.
But I also have got a lot of stuff going on at the moment, and I think that sometimes your brain just goes into survival mode and dumps out everything that it sees as extraneous. So I think there's a bit of that going on as well. But yeah, I'm not right, and I've not been right since, like, concentration wise, lockdown. I haven't read a book. With the exception of those 2 weeks when I was doing jury service, I've just not had the concentration to pick up a book and read it. It's nuts, and I used to read so much. I must try harder, but at this point, I just got no oomph.
But isn't it weird the way it affects everyone so differently?
Yeah. It's
a horrible thing.
It's crappy. I hope you get well soon, Freddie.
Thank you.
Drink lots of water is the only thing I've got, and don't push it.
I've gone off tea. I used to drink tea by the gallon. Can't drink tea. It's the weirdest thing.
Gosh.
Get well soon.
But
Does anybody else have anything else that you would like to say before we go?
If anyone is at a loose end this afternoon, there's a great Sky documentary on called Devil's Advocate, the mostly true story of Giuseppe de somebody, and it's about this lawyer lawyer in inverted commas, who hoodwinked the British justice system for so long.
Thank you, Alistair, for another excellent film review. We appreciate it.
Who needs Barry Norman? We've got Alistair around.
He's dead, right, Barry Norman?
Yeah, exactly. No coincidence, Alistair?
Soon I'll be joining him.
Everybody, there is a chance I might do a gaming stream later on, but there's a chance that I might not do a gaming stream later on. So who knows? Thank you so much for your support. It's always a joy. We're going to be doing, you lot get a bonus show. And I think, Catherine, did we say, are you free Tuesday?
I could do Tuesday.
10 till 11:30 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to take Biggest to the vets, but I think that's at 9 o'clock. Yeah, vets is at 9. So so you're all going to get a bonus breakfast show, which you can watch live, or you'll get as a podcast and you can watch back. 10 till 11:30 on Monday, Tuesday the 22nd. This Tuesday coming up. And you'd all be very, very welcome. I was thinking, what was I thinking? I think we'd do something completely different. And of course, I didn't bloody well write it down. It'll come to me. We'll try and do something a little bit different from the normal show. On that bombshell, we'll say thank you very much, everyone, for your support. Thank you
Happy
very much
Sunday.
for joining us. Have a lovely, lovely Sunday. And I'll be speaking to you Monday evening if you're around. See you later on. Bye-bye.